look at this block. You're gonna wanna see how I make it. They had it on Fonz and Porter Love of Quilting the other day. Now we have multiple options. We can use 2 of the 5 rulers that come with the Crazier 8-inch block. Or look what I found in my stash. It is a non-slip kitty cornered ruler by Creative Grids. And this is the block it makes. And guess what? This is the block that we're making. First, let's use the Crazier 8 and then we'll try the kitty corner. All right, so let's get our piece of fabric that we need in order to make the first part of our block. So the first ruler that we are going to use is the C ruler. And I've cut this strip. So let me show you how I'm going to use it. So I'm going to be doing it this way. And there are lines on this ruler that you can line up and this is how you line it up. All right, so I am going to cut. Oh, something that's important. Make sure you keep your strip folded because you do want to cut 2 at a time. All right, let me get this back on here and line it up. Okay. Then I'm going to cut the little edge so I don't have dog ears. So there we have that. Then what we're going to do is we are going to flip our ruler over. We're going to use the same line, but we're going to line it up like this. And we are still right-handed, and actually I'm just going to go backwards. Did I get it? Nope. There we go. And for each block, we will need 2 of these pieces of fabric. Okay, now let's get the middle cut and we will make a block. Now we need to cut the center. Let's straighten this out. Just love these fabrics. So pretty. I am going to straighten the edge. And then I need to cut 2 strips. Cut off the selvage. Gonna break out our A template from the Crazier 8s. Oh, you know what? I'm not done. I need to subcut these. Oh, I am doing it left-handed. Sorry. Wow, my cutting skills tonight are maybe a little bit to be desired. But you know what? Again, it's not going to be a problem. See if maybe. Now we're going to subcut those. Okay, trust the process. And you know what? This calls for a rotating cutting mat. Let's break one out. Okay, so let me place this back on the fabric. I'm going to get my corner, and then I can rotate this and cut that. And there's my piece. Now I'm going to go the opposite way. So part of it is already cut. So I'm not going to be using, ooh, this makes it easier though, people. I'm telling you, I can flip it. Oh yeah, that does definitely make a difference. Okay, so now I have 2 of my pieces cut, and when paired with the other, I'm going to put them together. Like that. Right. I wanted to go ahead and show you the sewing machine parts, and I'm going to be taking this sewing machine to a quilt retreat, so I need to make sure that it is going to work. So I'm going to pick that. I need tape. So I may use different machines to sew this particular quilt. And in order to make sure that everything is going to line up, I'm going to use this tape as my guideline. Okay, so the red line is where my needle should be. Looks all crooked. And then the blue line, because it's a 1/4 inch away from the needle, is going to be my 1/4 inch seam. So here, I'm going to open my seam. Now I want to press it, and you know I'm gonna want my Steady Betty, because this definitely has to have, so I will press, set the seam, and then I'm going to press it open. And my Steady Betty that does not look right, mainly because it's not. It went above it. Okay, gonna be having the seam ripper obviously make some mistakes, because you know that is how I roll. Okay, so this should really, okay. Don't sew on the straight side, that would be wrong. There we go. All right, that makes much more sense. So I'm going to lay this over, and as you can see, there's a bit of our fabric that where the corner is that is going to overlap. It's closer, but not quite. Okay, so I am not proud. I am going to show you how many times I have to make this before it gets through. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Now we know we want the angled side. All right, let's see if this is gonna work. So here, I can see where the end of my, it's not my straight, where I cut the angle for this. So I'm going to assume that those two should match. So let me fold it over. Okay, so we have more of our triangle piece up here. So if we flip it over, we're matching this edge up to that point. Let's see if that's the key. Well, You know what? It's going to be good enough for me. So now we need to do the other side. So let me clean up and match this up. Now this was a little bit too high up, so I'm going to come down just a smidge. We're only going to get better and better. All right, we're even closer on that one, maybe. So let's go ahead, let me set my seams. That's where we set our seams. Let's do it again. Let's make this one perfect. All right, extra tip. So upon reading the directions, it is suggested that you place your ruler so that you can cut off this tip, or what will become a dog ear. So that might be helpful in matching up for our block. Okay, this might be the answer, because when I cut this, now it shows me exactly where to match my points. It is amazing what reading can do. This needs to be over, and what I'm doing is just finger pressing. Match. Looky there. And here we have the perfect block. So here I have my kitty corner. You know I've not used my kitty corner at all. So let's see. I need a rectangle. Place rectangles right sides together. So here we have step 1. So here I don't have a square, but I can cut out 2 squares. All right, I'm gonna put my weight down. I apologize if there's glare. I just think this is fun. I get to use a ruler that I have, and it, I believe, will work for this project. All right, so I've done that. Now I am supposed to fold the squares diagonally and have this on step 1. Oh man, did I really do that? Of course I did. And I am supposed to fold this like this. And then I put the fold on the dashed line. Let's see. Okay, and I want it to line up at the top, and I want it on the dashed line. So based on the size, and it even has on the ruler what size it needs to be. So based on the size of your finished block, that determines how you cut this. And there it is. Okay. Now, let's see. Open and press, referring to chart B. Okay, so for the other 2, which are going to be my B fabric, I need rectangles. Did I do it again? Yes. Erg. I'm just going to cut in teeny tiny little sliver. Okay. So now I need to cut it. So I have my 2 rectangles. Okay, now we go to side 2. So we flip it, or turn it, actually. Take one of our rectangles. We line it up here. Let's see. A line edge of rectangle. We align the top edge of the rectangle. Ooh, I wonder if I get 2. Let's see. Are they the same size? Yeah, they are. All right. Okay. Now I'm guessing we're going to go to step 3. And we're going to... Oh, 3 is going to be on this side. Ah, okay. So we line up these 2 lines so that we cut off the dog ear. Okay, and we would do that on both. So then we sew the units like we did before. Hopefully better than what I did before. Okay, so we take this. Now, I gotta get my bearings here, because I'm not... Okay. The wide part goes there. Nope. It's not right. Oh, you know what? Did I miss something? This is not... Oh, look. Okay. So this goes like this. All right, and then I need to sew that. So we're lining that up. And then here is my 1/4 inch seam. Okay. And here we open it. Oh, looky. That looks good. Now, do I have 2 of the exact same? I do. Okay, why didn't I get 2 different ones? Because I didn't cut them at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to match up this side. Make sure you can always pin if that makes you more comfortable. I like living on the edge. We all know this. And look! It is our block. Yay! So we start out this way. Okay, so trim 1 is here. Trim the corner with the small tip first by placing the V on the trim corner on the tip of the block as shown. Okay. On the tip of the block as shown. Okay. I think I'm doing this right, because that's that. Boy, I hope this is right. Okay. If not, I'm gonna cry. The trim shows quite a bit coming off, so... All right, now you flip it, and this goes here, but you line up the lines. Let's see, that's like that. And I have a little bitty bit to trim, but that's it. Okay, look at this. Look at this block. How pretty is this? Loving it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'm not done yet. Yes, I am. Have a great day, eat some chocolate, and be kind to everyone.